We back, and you can see I'm empty. I'm by myself today. The other two brothers, they went on and they gonna study the cross. One gonna preach the cross, and one gonna try to get into the cross by sitting in the out of the pulpit. One gonna be in the pulpit, one will be out. We gonna try to make this simple. I remember when I was growing up, and even now, people are gonna rush to church tomorrow. They never been in the churches, never been, and they gonna think, okay, what is this thing all about? This is supposed to be Passion Week, Resurrection Sunday. Some people call it Easter. I mean, we get it, but this is a time. The commercial part is the Easter part. But we gonna get into, I tried to do a deep dive into the cross to try to make it sense. I wish I had this when I was growing up. I just sat there and did not know nothing about why such a fuss, why, Catholics carrying crosses down the street. But I knew nothing. So me and my brothers, I mean, they might have this when they come back, we're still gonna be on the cross because they gonna have some objections to what I'm saying. I just expect that, but I'm gonna try to keep it simple as possible because this is how I would explain the cross to a layman or even a person in the church. We you got to start at the beginning. You can't, Jesus was slain before the foundation of the world. And what does that mean? And so we are going to try. First, we're going to start. I got a little diagram that I'm starting with because I want to hit it simple, and then we're gonna go into some paragraph or two, and then we're gonna try to explain some whys, and I'm gonna try to do it hopefully be in a half an hour, but I'm gonna try to do it. So I'm gonna start with, God created heaven and earth. We already know that. It was a creation. It's a good world. He said every time he created something, he said it was good. Then all of a sudden we got to the fall. Humanity fell. Then there was a problem. When we get to chapter 3, we got a big problem. Houston, I'm in space. I can't get back to you. The connectivity, boom. It's no more connectivity between the spaceship that's out there right now. We got a spaceship out there. If no connection with Houston, they're out there. They're out there in darkness. Okay, that's how I'm gonna explain that ship that everybody talking about, the Aramis or whatever. He's out there, and if all of a sudden there's no connectivity with the earth, they just out there. They still alive. They still doing what they doing based on how much food they have or whatever before they actually die. But it's no connection. So when Adam sinned, there was no connection. We had Houston. We got a problem. Guilt, sin. That's when we got into transgression against God. He was disobedient. Then you got bondage, the devil, evil, death. You're dying. They didn't know anything about no death. We wouldn't have never died. We were eternal. There would never been death in the earth. But now they dying. Then all of a sudden you got broken hearts, self-centeredness. That woman you gave me, Lord, that kind of thing.